My next guest makes his UFC debut coming up here October 27th against Don Madge at UFC Fight Night 138 in Moncton. It is T. Edwards joining me here on the program for the very first time. T, how are you?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, man. What's Sunday looking like for you? This is when we're doing the interview. Is it like a family day, doing a bit of training? What would I find you doing?
Yeah, it's a family day. I'm just hanging out. We got the Nugget over here. Jay, say hi. Hi.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we're
man.
just hanging out at the gym a little bit.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do the interview here. It's the first time I've had you on the show, so I got to ask the natural question. How'd you get involved in combat sports?
I was wrestling all throughout middle school, high school, and college. So after I got done, you kind of still have the bug to compete and to train. So the gym I was working at had an amateur fight team, so I kind of rolled with them occasionally. And then after doing that for a couple months, I got pretty good, picked up a few things. They offered to put me into like an amateur fight league or competition. Did that, kind of, beat some guy in like 30 seconds, knocked him out. And they were like, yeah, it's something you should probably try to pursue professionally. So came back out here to Arizona where MMA is a little more well-known, a little bit bigger scene out here. And then, got in touch with John Crouch and Ben and the guys in the lab and everything. And, we've been rolling ever since.
That's great. Yeah, I was going to ask you how you ended up linking up with the lab. How long have you been there now?
Since 2013, so it's 5 years, just about, yeah.
That's great, man. Now, are you a full-time fighter, or do you have a job on the side to help pay those bills and everything?
Yeah, well, I'm in the military still, so that's part-time and reserves. And then I was working full-time for a while when Jace was first born. I was doing personal training and strength and conditioning coaching. I was general manager at a gym for a little bit. So, yeah, I've been working the whole time pretty much. Up until now, I've kind of got to take a break. I'm still on like military orders occasionally, a couple times a year. So yeah, I'm usually working 2 or 3 jobs at one time. Hopefully, I won't have to after we get some of these bigger paychecks.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Have you ever been deployed with the military?
No, so we actually missed 2 deployments. The unit I just got to for the Air Force, I got there in January, and they were deploying in January, so I missed that one. And then, okay, I'll get you some food, Nugget. Okay, hold on 1 second, okay? And then the Army unit that I was in, something happened. We were supposed to go to Kuwait in like 2015. Something happened with like the unit readiness or something, so the unit got skipped for that deployment. So, no, I haven't gone anywhere yet. Still been here stateside, so maybe one day.
Of course, people watching this probably remember you from Contender Series. You get that quick knockout over Austin Tweedy. Was that the most satisfying win of your career? I mean, I don't think that could have gone any better.
Yeah, that was a good one. I don't know if it was the most satisfying. It did have the most kind of riding on that win. And to win in that fashion, everything kind of went, pitch perfect according to plan. So it was definitely a good one. It'll probably be one of the better ones. Hopefully I'll have many more to come. But yeah, the other fights, there wasn't much riding on it. It was just, to build to get to that stage. So that one was kind of for all the marbles, or at least for the, the shot to get in. So that felt a little bit better to get that win.
So the UFC tells you you're fighting in Moncton. Did you know anything about Moncton before taking this fight?
Oh, I have no idea. I know it's in Canada, and that's all I know about. It's like right above Maine, apparently.
It's true. Have you ever been to Canada before?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not been to Canada.
Interesting.
I don't think anybody voluntarily goes to Canada. So, I mean, nothing bad about Canada. I've just never had to go there for any reason.
Okay, fair enough. How do you feel like you match up against your opponent here, Don Madge? He'll also be making his UFC debut.
I haven't seen too much on him. He looks like a tall, lanky guy with a Thai background. I think it's a pretty good matchup. I don't think he has much to offer me, if I'm being totally honest. He looks like he doesn't hit very hard. He's kind of used to being a tall, lanky guy. Throws a lot of volume, but he doesn't move his head offline a whole bunch. It only takes 1 or 2 for me to connect clean for somebody to go down. That coupled with my wrestling, I don't think he's gonna do very well. I mean, granted, who knows what he's gonna actually bring to the competition, but just off film, I think it's a pretty good matchup for me, especially for my debut. Kind of make a statement. So I think we'll put in some work probably in the first round or so.
Okay, I like that. You mentioned training at the lab. Do you have any main training partners over there? I know it's a big gym. You get a lot of different looks, but is there anyone specifically you work with more than others?
A lot of the guys. Jeez. 55 camp is huge at the lab. Of course, Ben, Jakar, Tim Welch, Hot Sauce, Dan, Hitman Dan, Scotty, or not, I said Scotty, Johnny Case. There's like unlimited guys at 55. It just depends on who's in camp and who's around. But those are kind of the more well-known named guys. Yeah.
That's great. And this fight's a ways away. I mean, more than a month away. When does that weight cut process start for you as far as getting down to 55?
Honestly, I'm always pretty lean. I'm never like not working out. Even when I'm outside of camp, I like to train. I like to push myself. I'm either doing different workout programs or, trying to compete in different stuff, either just for personal sake. If I want to do like a para-rescue workout or prepare for some kind of like 5K or something, I'm always in shape. Like 2-3 weeks out, I'll start kind of watching my calorie intake just to cut that body fat down a little bit more. I'm usually around like 8 or 10% as it is. So all I have to do is kind of clean it up. I'll have some, less snacks, less processed foods. And then that last week I'll cut water and stuff. So it's not too terrible. It's hard because I don't have a lot of fat to get off as it is. I just have to cut muscle. But yeah, about 2-3 weeks out, I'll really like kind of hone in on it a little bit more.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight? Do you know that yet?
Crouch is going to be there for sure. I'm trying to figure out which training partner I want to bring based on the opponent. So I know it's a tall southpaw. So trying to find a guy to fit that build just so we have that look fresh in our memory when we go, before the fight and warming up, just to get used to what tools I'm going to have to use against a tall southpaw guy. So it might be Dan, might be Johnny Case. He's orthodox, but he still do the southpaw look. Ben's a southpaw as well. So I think Don Madge is like 6 foot. So trying to get that height, get used to that range.
Before I let you go here, obviously you're a family guy and you got the military stuff going on there. You're a busy guy. What about downtime? Are you watching any TV or playing any video games or watching any sports? What would I find you doing on the downtime?
Downtime, that's funny. Those of us that have kids know we don't have a whole lot of downtime. That's not like a thing. In my spare time occasionally, I'm usually at the gym. I like being at the gym, working with some amateur guys. I kind of show them the ropes. I'm usually hanging out with my son. I train a lot. I need to like expand my horizons on things that I do for fun. Cause really I just like to train. Like I just like new challenges. Like, I've been doing some like para-rescue Navy SEAL workouts with some of my buddies. That's kind of like my new kick. I've been getting into shooting a little bit more, trying to just get really good with that. That's really all I'm on right now. And then just learning how to really beat everybody at 155 so I can make a lot of money and have a good time, have some cool highlight reels for you guys. That's really all I do.
All right, man. Well, we're looking forward to it. It's coming up here October 27th at UFC Fight Night 138. T, it was great getting a chance to talk to you on a Sunday here, man. I appreciate it. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Social media is going to be Tango_MMA. That's I think that's Twitter and Instagram. Sponsors, we got Adidas Wrestling. We got our CBD company. We got Citizen CBD, Iron Royalty Apparel. What, Nugget? Thank you. We have Jace. Jace is a sponsor unofficially. A couple more. Yeah, I'll remember one day, all of them, but we'll put them down on somewhere.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.